Okay. So a function which will return a table result set, then that function will be called as an inline table. So earlier single value, no? Now it will return a table result set completely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now let me show you. So let me call this a view here. So now this is our view, correct? So what this will do, it will give us the complete employee information, his postal address, city, region, country, state, yeah, and for a particular design engineer, correct?
Yeah.
For the job title, design engineer. Now, in any case, the client will tell us, can you give me senior design engineer details? What you need to do?
Will replace design engineer place.
First of all, you need to alter your view, correct?
Yes.
And you need to come and change this logic. Yeah. Now every day the client is saying that, can you change that design engineer value? Okay. Every day there is change in the design engineer value. So what you need to do? Every time you need to alter the view. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So now instead of that, what you can do is you can give him a function, because instead of doing from our end by altering and changing the condition every time, you go and create a function and give the function to them. Create function, and function name is, I'll just keep it as fn underscore v underscore employee, and I'll give them the parameter. You pass the title. I'm not going to change. You pass the title whatever you want. I'll filter and I'll give it to you. Okay. Then the job title is the parameter, no? And it should returns a table, guys. It's not a single value now in the inline table. So it's a complete table result set. The whole select query with whatever columns you want, it will return. Understand? So that's why table is a keyword here. Or you can consider, it's a keyword actually, table, and it will return complete table results as begin. I think begin and end is not required here in this. Directly you can keep return. In this case, the variable won't required for us. So and close the bracket, and you can put end. And what will come here in place of design engineer?
Variable.
The rate of
Job title.
what is the variable name?
Job title.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I think begin. Let me see if it is works fine. Okay, begin is working in the inline, guys. It is throwing an error for me. I'll remove end also. Okay. So now you see, I'm going to create this function. How do you execute this? Select the inline table valued function. You should execute star. Okay, because this is returning a table, no? That's why you should put select star from dbo dot your function name and then parameter. So whatever parameter you want, you can pass it. Let's say if it is design engineer, the client will get that particular job title information. And if it is something other, let me see the data in the table first, the job titles.
ITM.
No, I don't think so. It is there. So this is the adventure works table. No, we do not have such kind of titles here. Human resources dot employee. Okay. So let's say I want to know this research and development. Okay. The client should pass us, correct? Whenever he pass what? The function will take that input value and it will give us the information based upon the job title. Okay. Now the difference between your view and when exactly will you go for a view or a function means, see, if any logic is fixed for certain time, okay, The logic is fixed for certain case, okay, for certain time. So we can go for a view.
Yes.
Yeah. Or in a function level, the logic is varying. I mean, the logic is same, but the way of filtration will be keep on varying based upon the input values they're passing. In such a way, we'll go for a function. I can tell you another way. I'm removing where class here. Okay. I'm removing where class. Now, this parameter also not required, right? Correct?
Yes.
So now you tell me, creating function is better or creating view is better in this case?
Creating view.
Creating view is better.
Huh?
Creating view is better.
In this case, both are same actually. Okay. You can go for a view or you can go for a function, no issues, because it's a fixed logic, right? There is no filtrations, nothing. Am I correct? Yes.
We have removed those where clauses, no?
Yeah, I have removed the where clause. In this case, it's a plain select query, right? Either you can go for a view or you can go for a function. The only thing difference here is syntactically here we need to write more, right? That returns table also, right?
Yeah.
Also, while executing, you need to keep the DBO. But whereas a view, it's very simple. The syntactical wise, so it will be simple. But the execution process remains same in both the cases. Now the difference is when the where class comes. When the where class comes, your view will not accept parameters. Okay. Which means dynamically the client cannot pass any values, right? So
Yeah.
the view will work only for the static or fixed logic, right?
Yeah.
So if there is a fixed logic, then only your view will work. Or if I want to dynamically pass some value and based upon that my query should return some result set, simply go for a function. That's it. That's the main difference between your function and a view. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
Any questions? Any questions? So you are pulling out your account statement. Okay. Hello. You are pulling out your account statement from online SB, right?
Okay. Yeah.
What exactly you are passing for that?
We are passing a account number.
Starting date and end
Start date and end date or number of days, correct?
date.
6 months, 1 month, something like that, correct?
Yes.
Now tell me which case will work out in the backend. Will it be a view or a function?
Functions.
Function only.
Function only, right? Because now you are passing some different date. Maybe after 2 hours you are passing a different date. Correct?
Yes.
What my function is doing, it is accepting that, and based upon the values whatever you are passing, it is filtering out and it is giving dynamically. Correct?
Yes.
Now in that case, will my view will help us?
No.
No.
No, because when I'm passing start date and end date, my view will not accept. Correct?
Yes.
So in my view, you can hard code the data, like where period equals to 6 months or period equals to 12 months, correct?
Yes.
In such a case, I'll get only 6 months data always. Yes or no?
Yes.
When I need 12 months data, what I need to do?
No, we have
I should
to.
alter.
You need to alter the view, correct?
Yes.
That's the difference between your view and a function. ఇంకా అర్థం కాలేదా?
అర్థమైంది.
Anyone having doubts? Anyone? No? Is it clear? Yeah. Now in inline function, here, can we store the select query data in a variable? Is it possible? Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, sir, it's not possible.
Can we store this select query data in a variable?
No, sir, it's not possible.
It's not possible because it's a number of columns here, correct?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes.
the data is more. You cannot put everything in a single variable, right? Okay, so definitely the entire in an inline function, do remember that the entire select query should be in a return statement. It is not something like your scalar function, because in your scalar function we can store that value in a variable and that variable we can return it, correct?
Yes.
Because anyway this is giving a single value for us that we can store it in this variable, whereas in an inline this is giving a table result set. A table result set cannot store it in a variable, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So definitely in a inline, the select query will come in your return statement. Do remember. And you can put star also here. Clear? ఇది with parameter or without parameter అండి అంతే డిఫరెన్స్ ఇంకేం లేదు. Can you put it in the chat window? How many of you understand this view and function and differences? Yes or no? If no means I can explain to you once more. Only few responses. What about others? See, you tell me if you really didn't understand. I can give some other simple, very simple example. Only few responses I can see. What about others? See, until unless you say yes or no, I won't understand, right? Okay, I feel everyone understand. Okay. Yes anna cheppandi, no anna cheppandi, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Can
sir,
you
please
create?
go.
Sorry, yeah, tell me.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Tell me.
ఇది లాస్ట్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశారు కదా రిటర్న్ స్టేట్మెంట్ అది
Either
ఇంకోసారి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయండి సార్.
see, basically in a scalar function, no? Scalar function means it is returning a single value, correct?
సార్.
So whenever I write a select query, my select query definitely it should return a single value from this column, standard cost, right?
Mhm.
That value we can put it in a variable and we can return that variable directly. That is one way of returning, or directly that select query also you can return, no issues. Likewise, both the options will work in scalar function. Okay, returning the directly select output or storing that output in a variable and returning, both are working. Whereas in the inline table, I cannot store the whole data in a variable. It's not possible. Correct? Yes.
Yes.
So here number of columns are there, number of values also there. And my function will return a table results. A table means column and rows. All the columns and all the rows, I cannot put it in a single variable. No? Correct? So that's why here this case won't come. Returning into from a variable won't come in a inline. So directly you have to put return for the entire select query. Remember it. That's what I mean to say. And here it should not be hard coded value. It should be that parameter. Yeah, understand?
Here then we cannot filter it like particular value if you want.
No, we can, no. You pass whatever you want, it will filter it out.
We have to declare first and again
We have to declare and again we need to.
Here we need to put the parameter. Declaration should be there for parameter, and then you need to filter it here.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. This is not a variable. This is a parameter.
Okay. Okay.
Sir, before in one example, you just give braces, we didn't any pass any parameters, sir, right? No, sir. One example.
Yes, this yeah, one
Ah.
example we didn't give a parameter. Correct.
That one I'm not getting, sir.
Okay. Without this, right? Like this.
No, sir. One example you took just for the purpose of output in one session, one other session, sir. I think date get date example you had took, no, sir. Just to put the braces and you show in the output.
This example, select get date.
Yes, sir. You didn't pass any parameter there.
So like get date, see, basically parameters are not mandatory to pass in a function. Okay. In all the cases, but 99% will pass it. So the example for where we are not passing the parameters means, so here I can show you. See, in this there is no parameter they're passing. Okay. Still open and close brackets are mandatory. Without that you cannot create a function.
Means
right?
it will not take it to that one as a parameter, not no. Sir?
No, there is nothing here. No parameter, nothing. Okay. So what it will do is, so they have hard coded a value directly here. Yeah. So I think in this case, your view will be better, correct?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
So can't we put directly this statement in a view? We can, right? So I can create view, some view name, select and close, and I'll just remove this and I'll go and create it. Anyway, it is no column was specified. Okay, it is required a column name actually as let's say date. Anyway, this is hard coded, right? I'm not passing any date parameter, right? So now see, if I go and execute my view, can you see? Yeah. So now I don't think so function is required. When the function is required, I can tell you declare a parameter here. Let's say input date. Now for whatever the input date the client is passing, for that I need to minus 2 milliseconds, let's say. So in that case here, my input date will come. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
So this case, your function will help us actually. But whereas for hard coded value, you can go for a view instead of your function. Got it? But there is a chance of not passing any parameter for a function by keeping open and close braces, and you can write the logic. Okay. And while executing the function, you have to execute in this way. So select that function name, and open and close brackets are mandatory, like your get date. Okay. So for get date also, what we used to do, select get date of open and close bracket, because for get date the parameters are not mandatory. Okay. Whereas for string functions it is mandatory, no?
Yes.
For all the string functions, at least one argument, 2 arguments. See, arguments, parameters both are same. Okay. At least 1, 2, 3 arguments or parameters are not required, whereas for get date is not required. Okay. Yeah, even there are so many other options. There is something called scope underscore identity. Do you remember what is the purpose of this? The latest identity will give current identity. For that also, this open and close bracket is not, I mean, the parameter is not mandatory. So likewise, for some of the functions, without a parameter also, we can define a function. No issues. Understand?
Yes.
So now what you can do, so I'll remove all these columns. So there are so many, you know, I'll remove many of the columns. Let me keep only few. And I'll also join only 3 tables till address. I'm just making your life is simple. So that's why I just removed it. So EPA. Okay. So this is an inline function. How do you execute this? Select star
Function name.
EBO dot. See why star for inline?
So what is that
It is
inline?
written in
Table.
a table.
Give
Table.
It is written in a table. That's why. Okay. And the parameter, whatever so parameter font, you can pass it. Now see in the star level, in the star node, if you bring only one column also, it will give us the data. Okay. Okay. This is also fine. Or you can put star, means everything will come into the picture. Okay. Now for this example, you can write down this, take down this into the notes. Now to see this, some of the examples, you go to table valued function in AdventureWorks. You can see so many examples here. Don't look for this. Okay. MTVF don't look for, that is a different function. Okay, go for some other function like fn underscore. Let me see. Yeah, can you see? I think this we created, right? Yeah, can you see? There is a select query. Yeah. So you just write down, I mean, you can just take down these notes and you can practice it. Okay. And yeah, tomorrow I'll explain to you one more, multi-statement table valued function. There you'll get many scenarios. Okay. Yeah, write down this and then you can leave. I'll upload these videos in some time. There are 3 videos. No, I'll upload. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So here I'll just say syntax to execute inline. Write down this and then you can leave. Anyway, I'll stop the recording.